Some people go to law school, they spend 3 years, they spend all that money, they graduate, they have a law degree, and they don't practice law. And that's all right. Some people don't even take the bar. And that's all right. Some people spend 3 years, graduate law school, take the bar, pass the bar, have a license, and they don't practice law. And that's all right. Right? We're entering into a different era, right? A different time where people are understanding that you can be more than one thing, right? People's motivations for doing things are different than the people who came before them. So the path that might make sense for the people in the past isn't necessarily the path for the people coming out now, right? There's other motivations for people going to law school. There's some entrepreneurs, right, who just want to understand how business works. And they know that law is integral in everything. So they say, let me become a lawyer, right? Or they understand that the skills you learn going through law school and how to analyze law that you learn throughout the process, that helps you with whatever you want to do for the rest of your life. I'm here to tell you it will, right? Something about law school, it breaks you down and builds you up. It makes you feel like you can do any job upon graduation. Any job. This is even before passing the bar. You finish law school feeling like, man, after what I've been through, just give me enough time, I can figure that job out, right? And because of that reason, some people aren't motivated to be lawyers, right? There's some realtors or people who work in real estate, flip homes, and they interact with law a lot. And they say, you know what? Let me just go to law school. They don't have any wants to be lawyers, and that's fine. That's okay. You don't have to practice law just because you went to law school. You do not have to practice law just because you passed the bar. You do whatever you want to do, right? It's better to know that going into it. You have that option. Don't have to necessarily feel those outside pressures because, man, I went to law school. Let me make it worth it. Now, it's just having a plan, having something you want to do, right? And having a reason, because it's a debt, right? The average person is not getting a scholarship to law school. And even if you do get a scholarship to cover tuition, you still got to cover your living expenses, right? Because most people, the first year and a half of law school, they're not working. You got to cover living expenses. So you take out loans for that. And depending on the city you live in, that can be very expensive. So it really just depends, right? There's some people who graduate law school, pass the bar, start practicing law, and they also still get their real estate license, right? They also are still mortgage brokers, right? They're doing a lot of other things. Don't feel like just because you went to law school or just because you also passed the bar that you have to be a lawyer. You don't have to do that. There's some people who get stuck in that. And then down the line, they say, man, I regret going to law school. They don't regret going to law school. They regret the decisions they made throughout the process, right? Because I'm never going to be somebody. It's the only thing I ever wanted to do. So I have a different viewpoint. I'm always going to tell people to go to law school, but I'm going to say have a plan. Have a plan, right? And if you don't have the beginning of a plan, talk to people. Talk to different people. If you know a lawyer or if you have a friend who knows a lawyer, get in touch with them and talk to them. And then ask that lawyer if he or she knows other people they can talk to, right? So that can help you understand what you're walking into. But again, you don't have to practice law just because you went to law school. You can do whatever you want to, right? We're in a new era. You can do whatever you want to.